Welcome to an Educational Insight by Plan Partners. I'm Bobby Norman. Today I'm joined by Robert Moody and the financial planning team. Together we are certified exit planning advisors, and we really enjoy working with business owners to help grow and sell their business. In today's topic, I want to talk about the external selling options that business owners have. We've done a previous video, we talked about the internal options. Today I want to talk about the external options. So Robert, start us off.
Yeah, so the first one I want to talk about is selling to a third party. So this is where the business owner sells to a strategic buyer, financial buyer, or even a private equity group through a negotiated sale, auction, or unsolicited offer may come up. Let's take a look at some of the pros and cons. The pros, we've got higher price. This is usually the highest of all the options. There's more cash up front. You can walk away faster. The terms are more stable. And there's a business refresh, growth, new energy, new capital in the business. They can be cost effective. They break deadlock at management level with family. Let's take a look at some of the cons. It can be a really long process, sometimes up to 9 to 12 months. There can be a distraction and loss of focus, privacy concerns. It can be emotional for the owner, post-sale tie downs, and the highest cost option, highest benefit, but it might not always be the cheapest. Very complex, approximately 1,000 hours of professional work, whether that's lawyers, CPAs, financial advisors, and it can be difficult to close. So the next option I want to talk about is recapitalization. So recapitalization is where the owner finds new ways to fund the company's balance sheet. Basically, you're bringing in a lender or an equity investor to act as a partner in the business. What's great about this is you can sell a minority or a majority stake in the business. So there's a little bit of flexibility there. So let's take a look at some of the pros. Allows a partial exit. Like we talked about, you can sell a minority interest if you want to. It reduces the owner's risk, diversifies the assets. The owner can get partially out. It provides growth capital, which could be much needed for the business owner to do some projects that they've been wanting to do with the business but didn't have the money or the funds. This next one is a great one. You can get a second bite at the apple. And so what that is if the owner were to sell a minority stake, say 40% in the business for a certain valuation, and then participate and stay on for 4 or 5 years and increase the business value, and then exit again with the remainder interest, the other 60%, at a higher valuation. So that would be how they could get a second bite of the apple. Let's take a look at some of the cons. Continuing accountability to partners, loss of control. There's going to be a culture shift depending on if you're selling a minority or majority stake. Slow transaction, and expensive relative to the benefit. So, Bobby, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the other external exit options?
Yeah, one more exit option we look at is orderly liquidation. So orderly liquidation is when the business is shut down through a simple and quick process. And it makes sense if asset values exceed the ability of the business to produce the income required to support the investment. Some of the pros we see with orderly liquidations are it could be a good option when asset values exceed the value of the going concern. And then also the sum of the parts can be greater than the whole sometimes. And so something we look at, and it can be an efficient way to exit the business. And it also can be less expensive than some of the other exits that we see other business owners go through. But some of the cons are there's uncertain proceeds. There's no guarantee in an orderly liquidation. Then obviously there's no money for goodwill. It can be emotional for the owners and the employees. There could be a bad stigma around a liquidation. Then obviously keeping in mind the employees, there can be job losses there. And then also, as always, we have to keep taxes in consideration here. So, Robert, something we do before we go through working with business owners and their options and selling, we always think it's very important to work with them on their personal financial plan. Talk about that.
Yeah, while we are certified exit planning advisors, we like to take a look at the owner's personal financial plan first. Again, when we're talked about a lot of different scenarios today, if the owner were to sell and he's weighing his options, whether he wants to sell a minority stake or all of it and get out, or if he received an offer at a young age and he wanted to know if he could stay on or if it made sense, Those are things we look at. And so, again, I think we want to stress that we're going to do the personal financial plan for the owner first, and then we're going to go through the steps of looking at their exit options.
Yeah, that's a good point. And so, if you're a business owner or you know a business owner who is close to looking at selling their practice or their business, please give us a call at File Plan Partners. We'd love to engage with you there. Thanks for watching.